All right, it's February the 25th, 2024. And I want y'all to understand something about our judicial system. It is now being run by corrupted individuals in the judicial system in America. These are criminals running our judicial system. Lady Justice has become a whore, and she's selling herself out to the highest bidder. Okay, I want y'all to understand something. We filed a lawsuit against Enterprise Tacoma Park for the illegal lockup of me filming on the sidewalk where two of their officers kidnapped me and imprisoned me in the correctional facility for filming on the sidewalk. They claimed that it was a disorderly conduct. For it to be a disorderly conduct, I have to be interfering with somebody's movement. Make no mistake about that. Understand what a disorderly is. Okay, most people think, oh, if you're talking loud or you disrupt, that's not a disorder. That's a constitutional right. You have a right to protest. You have a right to speak, talk, say what you want to say, long as it's not threatening. But because of that, let me show y'all what's going on here. These criminals use the same basic shit all over again. Now, this is a corrupt law firm that is representing the Tacoma Park Police Department. The two officers that you saw in the video tried to orchestrate a disorderly conduct, which they don't even know what disorderly conduct is. We went to court. They dismissed it. Okay. A disorderly conduct. Oh, they didn't dismiss it. They dismissed it after they got a corrupt judge to give me 2 years probation, supervised probation, which I wasn't going to do at all. And then they try to give me a jury trial after the fact that they know they fucked up there in the corporation of Montgomery County. I keep it 100. So you all that don't like my speech, go to somebody else's platform. But I'm going to keep it 100 for you free people. Okay? Then they dismissed it. But let me show y'all something. This corrupt law firm that the Tacoma Park Police Department is using to smoke and mirrors with words. Somebody said it was a word salad. It doesn't work with me. But look at here, y'all. February the 14th, 2024. If you look at the case number and the defendant, you see, they use the same tactics all the time and think that it works. This is why I say you must read over everything, even take it to a lawyer who you may not trust, just get their opinion about something. I have 3, and I'm not saying I don't trust them, but I do my own research. Let's go back down here. Mr. Rahimi is not even a defendant in this case. Mr. Rahimi was a defendant in the last one that is still ongoing, but they try to close it out and dismiss it, even taking it to the appeals court where there's more corruption. But we're going to get these lawyers and judges disbarred, and we're going to send to the ethics committee all documents. And the reason I'm saying that is here, I want y'all to look at this. We spoke to the clerk's office in Baltimore City. We have not to this day, up until this letter here, which I received on Thursday, I have not received the order or the dismissal order or dismissal closing from this corrupt judge in Greenbelt, Maryland. I haven't received the order, and it doesn't stand until I receive it. But it also shows you that corruption lingers in this whole courthouse. You know, as you see this date here, 2/16/24, the clerk of the court made copies of this order to send to me. Even though I filed an appeal because the clerk told me in Greenbelt that this judge had closed this case out or dismissed it, I have not received the order or anything pertaining to that. But in this envelope right here from Baltimore City is that order. But I'm not going to open it right now. It's not been opened, and they taped it. It's not been ordered open. I'm taking it up to the Judicial Ethics Committee and let them see it, because up until right now, I have never seen that order. This is the corruption inside this judicial system. I paid for a service I didn't admit. They extorted $402 from me. Extorted. Because they couldn't win whatsoever. Montgomery County. This judge is affiliated with Montgomery County, the corporation. So he closed it out and dismissed it. And if he thinks this case is over with, I assure you it's not. Okay, getting back to this case. This is the one from Enterprise where the two Tacoma Park police officers went in there and orchestrated a disorderly conduct with the people of Enterprise. Again, let me show you the case number. Look at the case number. Mr. Rahimi is not a defendant in that case. This is the corruption that they use so much. And I want y'all to read what they wrote. I'm going to try to get all of it in there so all y'all can see the whole thing. Now, mind you, in this case, I used the United States Postal Service to serve all these defendants, all 14 of them. I mailed it out by certified mail, return receipt. And as you see them saying, I didn't serve them right. Again, the same bull they tried to serve, say, through the first one. This is the law firm, a corrupt law firm that they use, the tactics that they use in the judicial system. Let's go back up here. You see that? We have the copies. As a matter of fact, you're going to see a recording where I went back to the post office and spoke to the supervisor. And he made copies of the history of all these deliveries. Once it's handed to the federal government, it's delivered. But here you have a corrupt law firm, don't even know the real defendants. Look at this. Look at it. Mr. Rahimi is not a defendant in this case. This is the corruption that is taking place in our judicial system. Now, he said that the defendants, Tacoma Park, weren't served. Then how do you know about it, law office, if they wasn't served? Let me tell you something, free people. We got to start holding these people accountable for their actions. This is how they get away with not being accountable for it. Go back and look at the body cam footage of these officers trying to orchestrate a disorderly conduct, which they clearly don't know what disorderly conduct means. When I call this Russian bitch a bitch, he jumped out of his car and arrested me for my First Amendment right, freedom of speech. He kidnapped me, took me to a correctional facility in the corporation of Montgomery County, where a commissioner said,